Okay, great. So we're trying this. Okay, I was kind of trying to move away from this topic, but apparently not. Seems to be coming back into the news, or maybe not the mainstream. UFO remains, or a ship remains, found in the Pacific Ocean, 2014. Just kind of interesting how this is kind of a reoccurring subject matter. When a while back there was nothing, like what, 6 months ago, other than the UFO, other than the whole government whitewash of like UAPs or whatever they're calling it now. So it's kind of heating up a little bit behind the scenes, I guess, or at least headline wise, which is all controlled by intelligence agencies to a certain level. So you never know. Doesn't mean we're going to build up to a fake alien invasion, but still kind of, you never know. It's not just there for nothing. I mean, we have anything can happen. I mean, we have Biden in there, and he's like a zombie. So who expected having a zombie as a puppet president? I don't think anybody was seeing that happen. So if that can happen, anything can happen. So doesn't mean giants will start walking around, but I guess you never know. We're not quite there yet. As for alien energy, it's not clear what. Obviously, something like that too. If there's going to be some kind of movement there, they're not going to tell us. I mean, they're not going to be able to tap into it. But it's kind of weird there. It's like a investigation. We're heading into some kind of, maybe not this year, but it's hard to say. We're going into some kind of psyop of some sort. So who knows? The military needs something to do with itself. We are going to slowly go into space, sort of. Of course, that's not going anywhere. I mean, SpaceX and everything, you haven't really heard a whole lot about it. Not at least mainstream wise. Like, you're not looking for it, then you find it. That's been all pretty quiet. So I don't know. It's a mystery. Of course, after we have a holiday today, so that the world gets back to normal, and I guess a lot of people hit the headlines of death and everything. It seems like it's like the holidays are an exit point for a lot of people too. So the other thing is Indiana Jones and the alien agendas, or just the agendas in general. I just added that because I did time travel last time. Indiana Jones is, I mean, we look at, no matter what you think of the movies, some of them are like horrible these days, just hard to, if it makes sense. It's going to religious relics some of it is alien related, you can say, technically, or phenomena. And then he goes to aliens, which a lot of people didn't like that movie, which is just kind of like a soft disclosure energy there. And then he goes to time traveler. So like the Indiana Jones, like the real one, would do all those things. The ones on the movies, maybe not what people are visualizing, but the real Indiana Jones do all this crazy stuff. I can see him go back in time and seeing dinosaurs. Fuck. So if you want to look at it from a different perspective, Indiana Jones and dinosaurs, I wonder if that would be the next one. So I didn't see that one coming. So there's a bit of a soft disclosure going on there, obviously. But they're just, I don't know. You could say it's a little bit is like testing the public. Obviously, like even the time travel was in the recent one. So it's kind of like knocking on the public's head, like knocking on the consciousness of humanity, just to open it up a little bit more, and just this bland, same old reality copy paste from the 1950s, making it modern and just doing the same things over and over again, living in the same prison reality. When you can actually start opening up to more of a esoteric, bizarre realm, but some are doing that. Most are still sound asleep, obviously. Just say it's a bad movie and go back to sleep, basically. I imagine there is some awakening to others of seeing, you read behind between the lines. It might be that's a god awful movie, and that might be part of it too, just to make it just horrible, just make it just garbage, and just because it has a message behind it. It's like, don't pay attention to the movie itself. What are we trying to tell you? Same thing with time. These B movies are telling us stuff. Not that I paid much attention to it. Nothing's really come to mind to get attention to any of that. But either way, you look for elites talking to us, especially a big production like Indiana Jones, for example. It is knocking on our consciousness to see what we do. You want to be a slave race, or do you want to start looking at things differently? Obviously, many are looking at things differently to a certain level in spiritual community. Of course, a lot of them are joining cults and stuff like that. And eventually, that YouTube's going to get some. Eventually, somebody will wake up, put attention to that, all the cult energy that's on YouTube. But whatever. Maybe they're just not bold enough for it, or just they don't see it. Holy shit. It's like you're looking for it. It's all online. You don't have to go over to California to see it. You just turn on the internet and look up a couple stuff. Jeez. This is obviously what you have, like Transformers, another alien thing. That might be a little bit out there for others, but apparently there's a Transformer energy here, apparently, for whatever reason. They keep making those things. Why? So I guess there's some kind of AI transform. I mean, obviously, there's shape-shifting energies. That is true, but whatever. We're still in the baby stage, I guess, of what's around us. So eventually we have to start waking up worldwide to all this in some form. It's time to take the Band-Aid off or take the blinders off. And we just have to go into an age of just bizarreness. We're already there now to a certain level. We're like in the early stages of weirdness. Like I said, we got Biden there, half dead. But I guess the public accepts that because they're dead also. So some of them are. So they're just trendies and yuppies and just not realizing, the other layer that's going on. Obviously, it's some kind of psyop going on there. I mean, these elites that control our reality do. You can say that, they do want to awake. I mean, they don't care. I mean, they are. I mean, they care if people awaken or not. Probably not, but they use a lot of the magic and everything on society. So society is just not that sophisticated to figure it out. But not that I'm figuring everything out. But either way, it's just not quite there yet. Maybe we should have it on a morning show. Imagine like having a morning show talking about aliens and all that, or going a little bit deeper in time travel and all that. It's like all dressed up like some yuppied out nightmare. So, some Sunday show or just, God help us. So, you never know. But either way, they're intelligent enough to tap into these things. So, who knows? It's just the culture is not allowing it just yet. And also new timeline energy. So now we're leaving the month. Not the month. Holiday. It's like a pause for society, even if they don't care about the 4th of July. Or in fact, I imagine Britain has control of the U.S. anyway. It's a certain level, and Canada. That would be like a real. If they had like the Queen of England on the dollar bill, like, oh gosh, that'd be not good. so instead we have the pyramid, an all-seeing eye. That's better. Yeah. So we're going some kind of. It doesn't mean it's going to make itself clear what we're going into. Obviously, because we have to go through it. They can't just tell us everything. It's not what we came here for. Of course, many want that. A cheat card, but it doesn't always work that out. If you look towards that, it can get burned. So either way, all right. So we'll see what we get here. I don't know if we're gonna get anything that tangible, but you never know. Decoding.com for private sessions, maybe. The scheduler, we have the shop here. The webinar tomorrow, social network behind the scenes, the archive. Let's see. We could start with the I can't even get a full screenshot of it. This is the thing they pulled out of the water, supposedly, or whatever that is. Either way, yeah, you can't even get an idea of what. What? Yeah, you can't read half of it. It's hard to get a good screenshot of any of this stuff. Either way, they found this object from 2014. I don't know where they found it. I have to read the thing again. New Guinea. Near, yeah. Somewhere like U.S. Space Force confirms IM-1, I guess that's what they're calling it, is interstellar with 100% accuracy using top secret satellite data. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. So, yeah, I can't get a clear view of it. I have to read it. I don't really feel like it right now. 1 second. I think oh yeah, it's an article. You can't. There's too many ads on the article. Yeah, they put like 30 ads on it. It's ridiculous. I think I'll start penalizing people for using ad blockers. Apparently, YouTube might do that. So going through Indiana Jones a little bit. So obviously the alien disclosure slightly. Obviously taking your favorite character and put aliens in it and really making a lot of people really mad. So that's not done by mistake. I can say it's testing the waters. It's kind of like that kind of Simpsons thing. It's just like you can read the. I don't know, it doesn't mean they're reading. I mean, they could say they're reading the future, but it's kind of like the Simpsons. They're tapping when they're writing the Simpsons episode. They're just tapping into what's here. Possible future timelines. So the alien energy is like you're tapping into those frequencies. They're already tapping into Indiana Jones, so now you're going into bizarreness. So look at it from that point of view, because they're kind of obsessed to put aliens in this thing, which kind of really goes off the rattle from everything, and they make it jokey and cartoonish. The movie is cartoon basically. So, and now you have Indiana Jones going to the past, or Roman times, and so time travel energies. So there's just they're telling. I mean, I talk about time travel, and now they kind of put it through. So they're just telling us. I don't know what they're telling us exactly. They're not going to go into all details, but it's not just fiction. They're giving us hints. And it's going into Rome too, which is a big deal. So, because what they're telling us about history is obviously not accurate. So they're not freaking retards back then. So just means they're covering a lot of stuff up. Of course, they have the Grail. And just they're going to Petra, which has a lot of strangeness to it. And then of course the Raiders, the Lost Ark energies, it's the alien technology. You say Atlantean. You can't really get a full connection on that, but either way. So yeah, it's all mystery until the veil comes down. It's just kind of odd how they're doing this whole UFO thing. It's like it's becoming more and more popular, which is getting strange there. It might not be anything yet. Whatever they're planning on doing, it's not like it's just a UFO threat. They're just going to just go that route, and that's about it. Or I mean, obviously they kind of done that already. So Maybe it's Russians in space are trying to get us. Who knows? Or they'll just make a B movie about it, and that nobody will ever pay attention to. So anyway, all right. Well, see what we can tap into. Probably not a whole lot, but maybe get some kind of alien frequency in general, just for guidance or something like that. Get you through your regular life. Also, Indiana Jones energies, what's happened to those frequencies, just like the unknown and the future timelines. So, all right, blessings. Greetings. There's alien consciousness around your Earth. So, different species. I believe whatever you want to believe. Many are still afraid of themselves, what one was around your planets or within your planet in general. But you're human. It's just, let's say what's going on is like human consciousness is slowly opening up its eye to the unknown. Now, it's been opened slightly in the past, but now it's becoming more comfortable with alien life. Now, obviously, many will not want it and fight it, and that's always going to happen with any type of change. Like you had the invention of the car, people complained about it. Now everybody has a car, so and so on. Even coming to the new world that was technically already known, and then that became normal, and now everyone's flying around like it's no big deal. So you're just slowly, just like tapping the water, just little breadcrumbs to where you're going next. Yes, it might take a long time, but it shows that humans are becoming a little bit more comfortable talking about it publicly, maybe not fully yet. So it's just not part of the human consciousness, library or the vocabulary as of yet. Because there's no real proof of it physically, but eventually there will be. Yeah, so basically those that are tapping into it currently are seen as just talking to their alien friends and all that. And some are just, yes, obsessed with it. Because they can't get along with the species here. So obviously when you bring your alien friends here to this reality, obviously you can't see them, but bring their knowledge here to the collective to, make this world a little bit nicer, a little bit less intense. Of course, alien beings have already contacted humans through drugs, psychedelics, and DMT, and so on. So you already have your contact. It's just not on a. It doesn't mean everybody be smoking DMT. No, but you can say the energy of the Earth will turn into something similar to like a DMT in the future. Well, basically, your atmosphere shifts as you shift, your consciousness shifts. So you look at things differently. So what you cannot see now will be seen tomorrow or in the future, or however you want to word it. So you're still a physical being. It's just that you start to see more, like I say, through your third eye. So that's how it works. Slowly. And you always want a fast transformation. When does anything happen quickly on this planet? Okay, sometimes death is fast for some, but usually even that can take forever. The Titanic didn't go down quickly; it took a while for that, and so on. So, but death is, awakening is similar to death. It's like it was the death of your old self coming into your new self, which many are going through that. So many of you wonder what you're here for, obviously just to bring in a new consciousness of thinking. And many are still holding on to the physical ideas of it, the physicality, but there really is the psychedelic side of it, you can say, the non-physical realms, which is it just basically it'd just be more accepted in your society. It'll still be a mystery, but obviously it's a mystery now, but more of your population start to accept it. Doesn't mean everyone will be doing DMT. They just start seeing things in their own consciousness. It's like this is now the new normal. It's like like when planes were introduced not everybody was flying. And eventually not everybody was flying and then complaining about it and wondering why it's so terrible and so on. So this is like so why the alien energies, well, they're part of your culture, like any other country. You have a universe there you have not quite explored yet. So you're connecting indigenous people basically from space. So it's not that far fetched. They're just waiting for you to be easier to talk to. Well, they can do it this way. They'd much rather do it physically, but obviously humans are, they can't even deal with each other. The difference is there. So that's why you get manipulated through race and everything to see if you can handle that. If you can finally calm that down, you can connect to other beings. Obviously, that's not happening. Brings this is the Indiana Jones consciousness. Yes, there's a lot. Basically, Indiana Jones or any other being like of that is to bring phenomena to more of your mainstream. To similar to the message I was said before, but basically to bring a new energy to humanity, new timelines of soul self discovery. Not just past life energies, but time travel energy, basically beings to be able to time travel with their own energy without having a machine. As for the alien energies, it's like opening up, yes, a portal. Well, basically, even any of you can go to, you know, a place somewhere or a place nearby and open up a portal, and all of a sudden aliens start showing up everywhere. Yeah, I've not quite done it yet. Well, in some ways, yes. Uh, but there's still a fear there. Not everyone's afraid of it, but quite a few still are. So it's basically a part of your awakening. Is this, it's slowly becoming. It might seem comical. Yes, the movies have to be kind of like cartoonish to bring in more serious elements here. So you might absolutely hate what you saw, but it's also, yes, it's giving a hidden message, kind of like message in a bottle, you can say. You get this bottle, you get this message. You might not understand it, but either way, it's just a new energy for you. Yeah, it is a sign of things to come. Yes. Even the aliens in the crystal skull, I don't believe were negative. Strange, yes, but not negative. Unlike World of Worlds, was like, they wanted to scare people and believing alien beings are here, but you're basically connected to your brothers and sisters multidimensionally. Those have crossed over, just allowing more of those energies to become more part of your society. It's hard, but it's part of your DNA, it's part of you. So it's just a wake up call, you can say. Brings this is energies from your main timeline. Obviously, you can't go into all details, of course not. Have you earned the right to know? No, most have not. You have the right to experience it, though. So of course, yes, you have shadow government energies here. They're not that significant. It's actually pretty small. Literally, your human consciousness, people here are a bigger energy. They're just not always ready for change. But basically, you're going to go through culture changes eventually, not just yet. But not interstellar alien. No, not yet. It's just that's like little drips in the pond right now. Yeah, you just have to, basically have to be spoon some medicine to take that one in. So it's just showing you, you have aliens in skies every once in a while, and now you have them in your movie. It's just a little awakening tabloid there. It's not a big deal. But basically, society will slowly take itself more seriously. It's not always doing that of what it can accomplish, what it can create. So it's just basically becoming a little bit more sophisticated society, maybe not so reliant on technologies. Is the world going to implode in the future? Well, that's why you're here, to make sure it doesn't happen. Well, because you incarnate here, you're bringing the timelines from those other worlds. Like, you remember a paradise reality where everybody's friendly and nice and everybody knows your name. You brought that energy here. Obviously, society here rejects a lot of that, but still, it's like you brought it into the tub of the astral field here. So, you might be struggling here to be yourself, and others want nothing to do with it. But you're still bringing a new frequency here. It's adding your own spice to it. Not everybody likes your spice, but it's just tough. Because others are. I mean, if the alien, if those of you that were not here, there'd be so much darkness here. Not that society here is dark. It's just that the agendas here. All humans have been incarnated here for such a long time. They're just kind of stuck in their ways. And many of you just have to bring a new frequency here. So you're grabbing beings from other star systems that come from a lighter energy. Come here, they go insane. Well, hopefully not completely, but they stop the world from destroying itself. So yes, you grab beings from the flower realities, anywhere I can get that has a higher frequency, just basically so the earth cannot run itself into the ground. Of course, like I said, you incarnate here, and you might be going through complete hell, but your impact is quite strong. And some might be able to know that. They might not just have thought about it because it's not time to think about it. Obviously, the rest of society says, I don't know what you're talking about. What the hell are you talking about? Go away. We just went on TV dinners. And streaming is not that great, and movies are terrible, even if they have all these messages in them. So, another reason for bad movies is to get people to go out and do something themselves. Just go out, go live your life, go watch a terrible movie or hear about it, whatever. But eventually, more messages will come in for society to go deeper into itself, and they'll know it might not like it. But it's time to take itself more serious. It's not always doing that. So what you're doing is preparing it for its awakening, obviously. But maybe not the awakening that you thought was going to occur. But the idea is for society to more accept itself on a multidimensional level and not try to destroy itself. It's doing a very good job of that. So, just more of a peaceful earth, basically. That's what you maybe come here for. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Obviously, it's much more. Saying that and doing it. It's like, we're trying to bring us a better world. And while you're doing that, you're getting hit by everybody, knocked out, problems everywhere. So that's easy as it sounds.